What is going on, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor of UrbanPitch.com. To my right, as always, the director of Vibes himself, Julio Matarosa. Julio, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, just happy. Another day. We have a special guest. Another day. Another MLS player.
Yeah, another day, another MLS player. You heard that correctly.
We working out here.
Yeah, I mean,
we working on this side.
You know what I mean. He just told us this is his first podcast, so.
Oh yeah.
Off air. You know what I mean. So
after this one, after he gets booked on bookings, just know who was first.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So we'll give him his media training. We'll give him his practice for when he's on ESPN and all that.
All that
you know what I mean.
stuff.
So, but without further ado, from the Portland Timbers, we got Justin Rasmussen on the show today. Justin, thank you so much for joining. What's going on, man?
Yeah, of course. I appreciate you guys having me. Super excited to get it going and have a quality conversation today. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
All right, so first question. Toxic stories. No, I'm joking.
We got to warm him up first. Yeah.
That's right into it.
Yeah.
We got to go with the softballs, and then once he's comfortable,
what
then we'll
city's
hit him
the best?
Yeah. Oh man, we can't take this kid anywhere. All right.
No.
But I mean, to actually start things off, you're Vegas dude. So you're actually technically the third Vegas person that we've had on the show. A couple weeks ago we had Danny Musovsky, and then before that, kind of in like the previous version of this podcast, we spoke to Tristan Blackman, another Bishop Gorman alum. But is Vegas like kind of like a sneaky soccer town? Like because I know
what's going on?
Yeah, Taylor Korniak also in the NWSL with the U.S. Women's National Team. She's killing it. What's going on in Vegas? Like, is that kind of sneaky, or is it just you, like your generation is kind of top level?
I mean, selfishly, I'd like to say my generation is just top level, but no, in all seriousness though, it's something I've been preaching for a while, that Vegas is this hot spot of a lot of talented soccer players. Growing up there, I felt like there was just so much talent in the city. We don't always get as much exposure as, other cities around the country because there's not an academy per se, located in town. So you have to, find other ways to get your exposure. And you see a lot of kids from the city going the college route. And that tends to be the normal pathway that kids are taking, just because, kind of like I said, there's just no academy presence really. There's been a development with the MLS Next coming to town and certain teams getting that recognition. So it's slowly getting better, but it's definitely Vegas it's a little sneaky hotspot, that's for sure. There's a lot of talented players that have come out of the city, and I'm just happy to kind of be one of the few trailblazers that have made it out and just keep making the path for the kids coming up behind me.
Yeah, and that's interesting. You mentioned the college route. That was, I don't know how many years ago. I don't know when exactly the switch was, but before that was kind of like the traditional route where you play high school or club or whatever, go to a big time college, get drafted into the MLS draft and do that. Now with the academies becoming more prevalent, I feel like that's been the more common pipeline that we're seeing now with some of the younger players to break into MLS. You haven't taken the other route now. What was that like for you? Getting picked in the draft, and did that put like an extra chip on your shoulder, like that you have to prove yourself, or is it just like kind of like you're just trying to show out day in and day out? Today's episode is brought to you by Bet Online. Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, that's BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.
Yeah, no, I mean, going the route I did, I wouldn't trade it for the world, you know, going to Grand Canyon University and putting in my years there. It was such an amazing experience. The soccer program, just being there, being able to, you know, be part of their history and make a name for the school was an amazing experience. And yeah, I mean, from a young age, it was a dream and a goal of mine to eventually become an MLS soccer player and become a pro athlete. And um, the route I took was a tough one for sure, but one that paid off. You know, just working hard and doing what I did was able to be extremely beneficial. And it's definitely like you said, there's the two routes of going to the academy or going to college and the draft way. And it was definitely cool, man. Like just the way social media is these days and just how everything is, you know, produced and all the production and whatnot. Being drafted was definitely a crazy day. That day, the draft day is something that will, you know, stick with me forever. Just because that day when it happened, I had a house full of like I don't know 50 of my closest, you know,
Mm.
friends and family, and just to experience that with everyone that was in the house that day was an amazing time. But yeah, then coming up here, it was a quick transition. You know, they had me on a flight, I think 2 days later after the
Oh.
draft, and got right up here, got to work, and it's different, you know, coming in as a rookie and a drafted player, you know, like I'm I'm 23 coming up here as a first year
Hmm.
pro, and like
Hmm.
there's other academy kids that are now homegrowns or kids that they sign from overseas in different countries that are younger than me, like 18, 19, 20, and they're maybe got a couple years of pro experience under their belt. So it's definitely an interesting dynamic, you know, and navigating it has been a lot to learn this rookie season. But I mean, it's so far so good. It's been going great, and yeah, I wouldn't trade the path and how it's gone for anything for sure.
So how do you compare preseason in Phoenix, Arizona compared to Portland?
Yeah, it is different, man. It was different. Coincidentally enough, for 2 weeks we actually for our preseason up here with the Timbers, we went down to Tucson, Arizona, only about an hour and a half south of Phoenix to do some of our preseason down there. So it's kind of like I get on a flight right up here, and then we get on a flight right back down there. So it was kind of funny. I'm like, okay, just a little comfortability being back in the state I've been in for the last few years. But yeah, I mean, super different. You know, like the college season is so, you know, how do I describe it? It's like very rah, just like hustling and working and preseason in college is, you know, just a lot of running, a lot of fitness, just like really killing you, like making sure you're top fitness. And maybe it wasn't always the smartest route, you know,
Mm.
um but comparing that to getting up here, it was a lot different than what I was expecting because I was doing a lot of fitness, making sure I was fit prior to the preseason, just like I would at college. But we didn't really have any of those fitness tests. It was more of, you know, the tactics and just playing and getting used to each other, getting to know one another. Because I mean, a lot of new guys coming in, guys, other drafted players coming in and just bringing up academy kids, so we have more numbers and stuff like that. So yeah, super different, but coming up here much more tactical and soccer oriented, I would say, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
and back to Vegas for a second. You went to I mentioned it
Yeah,
briefly earlier, but you went to Bishop Gorman. I've seen
yes, sir.
photos. I've seen photos of the school and some of the facilities, and I mean I mean that's like a Division 1
That's where Snoop
college.
Dogg's son went, correct?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure, but I know Tristan Blackman was there. I think Tate Martell, like the
They got a great
quarterback.
football program.
Yeah, yeah, they have
Yeah.
they're a really famous football program. So, what was that experience like? What was it like playing with form or future
uh,
future like big time athletes at Gorman?
yeah, man, it's I love talking about it because especially going out to college when everyone hears, "Oh, you're from Bishop Gorman," because there was
Mm.
the Netflix show, the QB1,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
where yeah, where Tate kind of blew up. our senior year because we're in the same class. And it's funny, people asking me about it, like, did you know Tate Martell and this and that? And it's like, yeah, we'd see the cameras going around the hall and stuff. And but no, I mean, I loved it. Gorman's a great experience, was a great experience, a fantastic high school. And kind of like you said, it was there's a lot of celebrities, moving around, not only athletes, because there's a lot of guys that have made it to the league, whether it's NFL, MLB, NBA. It's primarily football based. We got a great program. In my 4 years of being there, I think 3 out of the 4, we won the national title. So it was that total football school, but really all the sports were superior. Produced a lot of good athletes, and kind of like you said, Snoop Dogg's kids went to the school, Muhammad Ali's grandsons went to the school. So like a lot of not only athletes, but growing up there at the time, we didn't have any professional sports, so like Bishop Gorman, the high school football team, was kind of like its own professional sport. Like we'd have the amount of celebrities we would see it at our football games, just like coming stopping by because we're national recognition. We're not a pro team or nothing, but it was super cool. But yeah, like Tristan's a really good friend of mine, and grew up with him, knew him for years, club and playing with him at Gorman, and he's a great guy. But yeah, definitely different atmosphere, just I guess the standard, not only that the school had academically, because it's a very good academic school, but also just the elite athletics that the school breeds just across the board. It definitely set a standard of like, wanting to be better, trying to strive for greatness, but also like kind of set you up that, I was comfortable being on like a big stage. Like, even though soccer didn't get the fans that football got, it was still just like our school was kind of in this limelight, just being known nationally and stuff like that. So it was definitely like set you up to just be like, cool under pressure kind of thing. So yeah.
Was there like inter sport rivalries between the soccer team and the football team, or the baseball team, the basketball team, whatnot? What was that dynamic?
Yeah.
Everybody knows the baseball team and the soccer team never get along.
Yeah. Funny you say that. That same thing in college, man. I won't dive too deep into that, but I will. All my buddies back at college are gonna be laughing at this after that comment. But yeah, I mean, I think I would say there was more of this inner sport rivalry between everybody against our football team, and the football team really didn't know it. It was a rivalry amongst us, but like they didn't really know, and they didn't care, because they were like, so they're one national champs 3 out of the 4 years I was there. So like it was, and I mean the facilities, the uniforms they got, the gear, just everything football team got. Like, I mean, I'll admit it, I wish we had what the football team had. I was crazy jealous of them. Everybody was. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone, and it kind of ties back into that standard and just trying to be great, because the football team was great season in, season out, and like we were all like, well, we want some fans at our games. Let's step up and let's be just as good and get some national recognition as well. So yeah, it was definitely so maybe some beef of wanting to be them, but they didn't know it was really there. They didn't really care. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Hey man, but I mean, you ended up going pro. Tate Martell, I don't know. Like, I don't know where he's at right now, but you know what I mean? Maybe in the long term, you won that battle, but
no comment. This guy's being messy right now.
We're getting messy, Rob.
So all right, so back to the baseball soccer thing. This guy grew up playing. This guy played college baseball. So
okay.
So, but like, yeah, every conversation we have with anybody is like, for some reason that baseball team and soccer team, in any level, high school, college, they don't get along. Why is that?
Dude, I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know why. Like I said, like what happened with high school happened, but college was different, man. I don't know. Like there was just beef with the baseball team, man. Us and the baseball team, they're just always beef. I really don't know what it is. I think it's partly like I don't know. Like they think we're kind of, the stereotype of soccer players being prima donnas and stuff, and they got the stereotype of the sport being like slow or boring to watch. And I
Yeah.
don't know, I don't know. Like I was cool with some of the guys back in college on the baseball team, but then like I don't know, just like when like you're cool like one on one or like two on two, but
Once
then like
once
when
once you get in the
both
once you get them in
are
a group,
there,
oh
then
man,
there's
once you get the baseball players in a group, man, it's like I will speak to this. Like
yeah.
it's not fun for anybody else. And uh like
No, as a student athlete, you go after the same chicks. That might that might
Yo,
that might play, that might play a big part.
dude. Yeah, I'm
oh my
not.
god.
Yeah,
No comment. No
my boys
comment.
that are gonna. Nah, yeah, no comment. But my boys that are gonna see this are gonna laugh because the chicks part. Yeah, man, it causes some beef, man. I'm not gonna lie.
So I went to college at Arizona Western in Yuma,
Oh, okay.
Arizona. I
Yeah.
believe you guys played it in preseason. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I went there. Of course, baseball and soccer team didn't get along. One spring break, I went to go visit my buddy at CSUN. He played for the soccer team. Same thing. They didn't get along. I'm like, this is just universal at this point.
Yeah. I mean, we're here to bridge the gap, though, is what we're trying to do, though. We're here to bridge that gap.
I see. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Baseball players,
Changing the world.
Right. Yeah.
Changing the world. One pod at a time.
Exactly.
baseball players, soccer players don't care. You can have them back.
All right, let's move this. Let's move this along here. We're getting a little too messy, but let's get into Portland. So
Yeah.
you get drafted. You said you were on a plane
Mm-hmm.
2 days later.
Yeah.
Obviously, the MLS life is pretty demanding. The schedule is pretty brutal with the amount of travel, the physicality of the league. What has been the MLS experience like for you as a rookie in your first year?
Yeah, man. It's been everything I thought it was gonna be and more, just dreaming to get to this level and earn a first team contract and be with the first team is something I've wanted for a long time now, and finally getting the chance to do it and do it at this level has been amazing. It's definitely, it's very different. I think the transition and growing into the profession I'm doing now, I think I wasn't acknowledging it at first, in a way of, accepting like what's going on and how intense it was going to be. I was more of like getting up here and, I'm so focused on training and trying to prove myself and games and traveling. It kind of takes your mind off of the life part, I would say. And like, so it's been a lot for me personally, kind of getting back in touch with like my roots and kind of really diving into, okay, I got soccer, but I need to make sure, like personal life is good, mental health is good, and like and all that stuff. But on the soccer side, it's definitely intense, every week, every weekend we're having a game or in another city. Like at one point in the season, we are away for like 8 days in a row, just being on the road. And for me, it's something like I've longed for so long. It's like, yeah, finally a pro, we're doing this, doing that, going around because that's what I love as well, is like it's taken me to cities I've never been to before. Like I've never been out to New York. I've never been to Canada before. I've never been to Nashville. So it's taking me around the country. And so I've started to make sure, I I really focus and enjoy the little things along the way. Got my little journal that writing down things that are going on, the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly, all of it, and just enjoying it every step of the way. But it's been yeah, it's definitely, it's a lot, just coming from college, that's a short, condensed, 4-month season, and now coming into something that's 9, hopefully 10 months long. It's a big change for sure, but something that's it's been amazing for sure.
Yeah, and this being your dream that that you've been working towards for your whole life,
Hmm.
and obviously it being like when you tell people like I'm a pro athlete, there's like a certain like uh, not glamour. I don't know what the word is. It's escaping me, but there's like a
Yeah.
certain kind of level that people associate that with. But like you
Mhm.
said, there's all these like nonstop grind where it's so hard to kind of take a step back from that, and you don't really see that from the outside, right? To you as a kid growing up, is like I'll do anything to make it as a pro, and then once you actually do make it, you see that that it's not all like spotlights and sunshine and rainbows and all that. So how difficult was that for you to kind of realize that this is like there's a whole like on the other side to this? Because I think a lot of pro athletes kind of talk about that, where this is what they've been working for their whole life, and then it's not everything that they realized it was going to be, and that's kind of difficult for them to handle from a mental health point of view. So how is that adjustment like for you, and how like do you kind of cope with all that?
Yeah, it's, you hit the nail on the head, is like watching it on TV, me personally watching Sebastian Blanco for years and Diego Chara for years. It's like I want to get there. I want to be on the field with them. I want to every other weekend I want to be on ESPN or whatever the network is, on national TV, and getting here, it's amazing, and I still want that, and the drive is still there, but it's a lot, like you said, to kind of, it's important to take a step back and assess what's going on, because it's, like I said before, I wasn't really, because you go through ups and downs in the season, as a pro athlete, there's always going to be your ups and downs, your good days and bad, and for me, I've been able to make sure to address the bad days and kind of accept them and like grow from it. Because before, when I was getting up here, I was kind of just like burying those feelings down, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, and just really even pushing harder into the sport and into the training, and focusing more on just like my teammates, the guys, whatever it may be surrounding the club. But a few months into it being here, I was like, I'll be honest, I was playing a lot, but I still was feeling just a little down. And I'm like, what? I'm playing,
Right.
like life's good, what's going on? And I was able to kind of like dissect it and kind of realize like, okay, I need to address like everything that's going on other than the sport. I need to address the life, because it's been a lot, uprooting, because like growing up in Vegas and then going to Phoenix, it's only a 4-hour drive. It's a
Right.
45-minute flight. So I was like far away enough from my parents, but close enough if I ever needed anything, they'd be there if I ever needed to go home or what have you. But coming up here, it's super different, uprooting, moving cities, leaving my friends, leaving my family, longer flight, this and that. Becoming an adult, learning just all of all of what it encompasses and stuff. And so for me, I've had to, in recent months, really address those things, like I said, kind of having my notebook that I got, learning that it's okay to talk things out, working with different life coaches and what have you, to make sure the mental side is right. Because like I said, everything can be going great with the sport, like earlier when I was playing and just still feeling a little down. Everything can look good, like you said, in the spotlight, and everything can look good on that standpoint. But if you're not solid mentally and behind the scenes, you're gonna have issues. And so that's something I've I've addressed and gotten a lot better at is like I was saying, just leaning into those bad days and kind of addressing and making tweaks to get me out of it rather than just push those feelings aside, I think is super important.
Yeah, and I know a lot, especially in the sports world, a lot of there's been a push to kind of address these, the topic of mental health. Have the Timbers provide any support, or is this something that you've had to more so look for on your own?
Yeah, I know they have outlets within the club. It's
Yeah,
something I've kind of gone my own route doing.
sure.
But I know around the league and um around the club and whatever club you're at, I know they do have various avenues and people that are willing to help, offering help. The league does a great job in making sure we all know that if there's anything mentally or if we need anything at all, they're there to help. So, but yeah, it's something I've kind of gone my own route, seeing how it goes, and yeah, it's been great and super beneficial to me. So I recommend it. I recommend it to many people. Someone that actually told my mom about it, and then my mom told me to ask her was Taylor Korniak, for example.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I know, yeah, I know she's got because she's a real good friend of mine as well. I know she's got with her team they have a like a mental health coach as well, and she was saying that was because like her like it looks great, and I don't want to talk on her behalf, but like national team and NWSL and all the stuff, but having a having a mental health coach and making sure the mental's right is beneficial for any person for sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Like
yeah,
a happy player plays their best soccer.
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's I like that. I like that. Happy player plays the best soccer. That's for sure, man. That's 100% for sure.
Yeah, and so you've been playing both with the first and the second team in MLS
Yeah.
Next Pro. What has that experience
Mm-hmm.
been like? And what are your thoughts on the league? And obviously, with it being a new addition, what take us through that experience and what your thoughts are on the league so far?
Yeah, no, it's been great. You know, it's the MLS Next Pro is a great addition. To be able for guys like me that are coming into it, trying to get the playing time, get used to the tempo, the pace, and whatnot. It's a great avenue for me to get my minutes. A lot of guys around the league and on my team participate in it, and I honestly think it's great because it provides another division of pro soccer for guys around the country to participate in, and it's a great league. It's growing, and the best thing about it, like for us, it's our first year with the T2,
Right.
and it's been great because in the past few years during COVID, the team wasn't a team. I get obsolete. Maybe they took the
Uh,
team away. They kind of
okay.
like
Yeah.
discarded the team for the last few seasons. So there hasn't really been a team since like I think 2019 was the last time there was actually a Timbers
Mhm.
too. And so for guys on the squad that for the last few seasons maybe haven't been able to get the minutes, there wasn't an outlet for them to get minutes. They would just have to train and wouldn't be able to like get that game fitness or actual game minutes. So for me coming in as a first year, that's been an amazing tool that I'm super pumped and super happy to have at my discretion because I'm able to even though I might be on the bench or not in the squad that game or whatever it is, I'm still able to go get those minutes. So as soon as my name is called and they're like, yo, you're playing today, I'm still with that fitness and I'm still ready to go. So it's definitely a beneficial league, and I mean it's still at a super high level because it's pro, so
Right.
it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What are some of the biggest, in terms of like the overall experience, not just like the competition,
Hmm.
but what are some of
Yeah.
the biggest like experiential differences between MLS and MLS Next Pro, whether it's travel, you know, like the accommodations, just like in terms of like everything else outside of the between MLS and MLS Next Pro.
Yeah, no, it's there's some differences for sure. I mean, when it comes to travel, I mean, we're and for me, I'm saying spoiled, but I think that's just because I'm fresh out of college and I'm new to it. Someone that's been around the league longer might not say it's spoiled. It might be uh justly warranted. But I mean, when we're with the first team taking charter flights,
Right.
private planes, that's been amazing, and that's where I'm saying I'm spoiled. But
Yeah.
other guys might disagree with me, but
Right.
but like with T2, it's obviously like just commercial flights, like Southwest, whatever it is. And what something that comes to mind specifically when it comes to a big difference, the MLS Next Pro has been trying out a couple of new rules recently. I
That's
don't know if
right.
you
I
guys
seen that. Yeah.
have seen.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
It's
that?
it's interesting, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's interesting.
Interesting.
I'll let the fans take away the interesting for what they want. But no, to kind of like to talk about those. The one is, so if you get hurt or like you need a trainer or you go down, like guy kicks you or whatever, if you're down for it's 20 or 30 seconds. If you're on the floor for more than, let's say it's 30 seconds, you have to eventually leave the field for a total of at least 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
crazy.
so it's very interesting. So it's been interesting because you see in like first team games, uh guy gets kicked, obviously not saying these guys not saying these guys are really not getting hurt, but like there's a little,
Of course.
I'm guilty of it too. It's part of the game.
Right.
I
Yeah,
think
You got to
soccer
protect yourself.
exactly. I think soccer, football, it's the most organic, beautiful game. And like, yeah, if my opponent's rolling around in 90 plus 2 minutes and there's only 4 minutes of stoppage time, yeah, for me, I'm gonna be pissed, like,
yeah.
oh dude, get up and stuff. But like it's part of the
It's
game,
part of the game.
So for me, it's like if it happens, it happens. But so the purpose of like a rule like that is to prevent that. Is what they're testing, and because they're only doing it in the MLS Next Pro, obviously, but they're testing it to see if trying to see if it'll like speed up the game to kind of avoid these guys from the acting and taking the time to waste the clock. And it's actually been pretty funny, man, because like when in those games, like if a guy goes down, the ref will like sprint over to where the guy is and starts like he starts counting down.
He starts
like
doing the referee and like wrestling, or like,
yeah, exactly,
he's doing like the slamming on the ground.
One Mississippi, two Mississippi.
Yeah, exactly. He gets down on the turf right next to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm gonna give it to him. Guys get up a whole lot faster than normal, because that's the tough thing is like it's just like getting a red card and being down a man. Like
Right.
3 whole
3
minutes is a long time. Like
Yeah.
a lot of damage can be done in 3 minutes, especially when you're down a man. So yeah, I mean the leagues, there's some differences for sure, but I mean their first year out the gate doing it, and after presenting that the league was going to be a league, not too long prior than it starting, it's been a great league, and it'll only get better. I know a handful more of second teams around the league are leaving the USL to come to the MLS Next Pro. So I would say this year there was a lot, and personally from our team as well, I know for sure, but I know around the league there were a lot of like academy kids, and it was primarily college players that were just drafted, a handful of first team guys getting their minutes, and then some academy kids, and then a lot of guys under second team contracts. So it was a real big mix of kind of players understandably so, being the first season out the gate. So I know as it grows and as it progresses, it's only going to get better, attract more talent, better talent, and it's only gonna progress. So yeah, it's good experience. So
they got to work on that logo though.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys are trying to trip me up. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's circle back on the rules. Don't let this guy bring you back to the wrong path. Let's circle back on the rules. One rule that captured my eye was that if you get a red card, you won't be suspended next game. It'll be till you play that team again. So if that happens,
is that one of the rules?
Yeah, like if let's say Portland against Galaxy, he gets a red, he won't have to.
He'll be suspended for the next time
they play Galaxy. So I would have got a red card. I get to play tomorrow. All right, cool. Say less.
Yeah, that one's an interesting one as well, because it's like I know what they're trying to do per se. Well, I mean, what I can assume is like they're trying to prevent a fight or maybe like high tensions next time around you play, I would assume. I mean, if it's one guy getting a red card, not all red cards are fights or like one guy getting confrontational. Sometimes it's just two unfortunate bad tackles, but yeah, that's an interesting one. You would, the other side of that rule is say a Timbers guy got a red card against Galaxy, but that was the last time playing Galaxy that season. Then it's a normal red, and you miss just the next game you play. So it's so it's interesting rule. I mean, they're trying stuff out, and it's going how it's going.
I don't know. From a spectator's point of view, I kind of like seeing the fights. I like seeing that drama.
Definitely,
you know what I mean? Like, I want those storylines. I want those storylines. You know what I mean? Like, because that makes the next game. Like I wonder how it's gonna be on the field. The next time they play each other. I think to me that just makes it more interesting. I don't know.
The Austin LAFC. I'm like, all right,
that was getting spicy on the
all right.
there
Good
too.
for you.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I mean, it's like I said, it's part of the game, and it's only going to attract more fans. They're like, okay, these soccer players can put up a fight. They do want to get into it, and I like it. It only makes the game more intense, like higher tempo. Like it's, I don't know. I've always been one that likes it to be intense like that. So
have you gotten in a fight on the pitch before?
Not since being here. I mean, I should say no to keep the good, but
he's already got media training, man. He's already got media training. This is his first time on. He knows how to keep
his agents in the back.
Yeah,
don't answer.
Oh, you guys are funny, man. But no, I've had my fair share of confrontations over the years at GCU and back in high school. It's just, it makes for more fun, man. The crowd gets going.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So what red card do you remember getting? Have you ever gotten a red card?
I got one in my life, man. Only one. And it was stupid. Like the first yellow was because I got into it with a guy, kind of like nose to nose kind of thing. So we each got a yellow. And it was like my junior year of high school. And then my second yellow was like I did a guy pretty dirty, and as I took my touch, he just like took me out, and it was obvious foul, like obvious yellow, potentially red for him because it was maybe last man. And it was only a few minutes after my first yellow, so I was like, tension's high, blood was pumping. Yeah, exactly. And when I got fouled, I immediately like popped right up and like looked at the ref and had a few choice words like, "Are you serious, man? Like, what's going on?" A little bit more colorful than what I just said,
sure.
And because my blood was pumping, his was as well, because that's the game, refs get into it as well. Right. And so he just, as soon as I started talking, he immediately pulled up the second yellow, and that was my red. So kind of not a red card to be proud of, I guess I would say. But yeah,
I had plenty.
It happens.
I had plenty.
This guy gets one. I mean, he's still playing like rec league, and he's getting red cards in rec league. Like,
hey, yeah. So funny story.
Here we go. Here we go.
we posted a story about like it was like 2 podcasts ago, and one guy's like, "Hey, I just played against that guy. He got a red card."
Someone commented on the video, "Yo, man, I played this guy last week and he got a red card too."
That's hilarious. My little brother, he's playing Sunday League, and he's much more physical and loves like the fighting way more than I do. And so he's calling me every Sunday afternoon telling me stories about he's getting red cards as well. So it's Sunday League's the best, man. Sunday League soccer is underrated, man. Underrated.
I mean, people are getting paid, at least out here.
Especially in LA,
People are getting paid to play Sunday League.
Yeah, in LA, you'll be surprised how many like 2-year MLS players, ex-pros of Mexico, Central America, they're playing in Sunday leagues, and these guys are getting 300 a game. Like, it's crazy.
4 or 5 games a Sunday.
5 games a Sunday. Yeah, it's crazy out here. If you ever want to come out here play some Sunday league,
I know who to hit up.
Yeah, I know a few people.
All right, so from Sunday League to MLS, you make
what's the biggest difference?
No. But you make your first start. I think it was against Austin. What's going through your head? What's the vibes like on the field? What's the energy like? What are your teammates saying to you? Take us through that first start experience for you.
Yeah, man, that was quite an experience. Kind of back to really acknowledging the little things and the little moments along this crazy journey that I'm on. But so the previous game, our left back Claudio Bravo got a red card against LAFC. So immediately, as soon as that happened, that game, the switch in my head, I was kind of like, okay, I might be getting a shot here this next game at home. And I didn't really know, being a rookie and if the coaches were going to give me a chance and trust me and whatnot. But as the week went on in training, certain drills we were doing and certain schematics and lineups we were having, I was getting the vibe. I'm like, okay, I might actually like be getting the start here. And then they told me a couple days before, I think the game was Saturday, so they let me know like Thursday, like you'll be getting the start this game. And so then it was locked in, more focused than I've ever been in my life in the next couple days. It was, mixed feelings of the focusedness, the anxiety, the happiness, the proudness, and scared crap in my pants, like just nervous, but yeah, I mean, trainings were great. The coaches were great with me, teammates, fantastic, just getting me ready, make me feel comfortable. And because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what year you are, how many years you've been playing, whatever it is, 11 guys are stepping out on the field, and like, it's a job now, and you got to be able to perform at your job. So as that day happens, my parents are in town. The club does a great little thing of getting them good seats, giving them like their little camera angle and their little snapshot. My mom was loving it because she was feeling like a celebrity herself. She's like going around the stadium buying drinks for people. I'm like, Mom, stop it. Like, Mom, this is my day, jokes. But yeah, man, that was just the hype all day, because I don't like games. I mean, I love night games, but I don't love night games for the reason of like just you got all day, because I don't want to sleep in crazy late, then feel like groggy and stuff. So I still want to get up normal time, but then it's just the anticipation all day, just thinking about the game. Like all day, me and my dad, we were just rewatching Austin's 2 games they had played already, and watching games they played last season, and watching us and dissecting the defense and what my guys were doing already, so I could do it. So there's a lot of built up anticipation. But dude, I'll tell you, man, as soon as we started like jerseys on and the starting 11 was walking out to that field, it's a different feeling, man. And it's a feeling that just drives me every day to ensure that I'm feeling that every game. You know, it makes me just want to get back out on that field like every single week, because we have such an incredible fan base. You know,
Right.
shout out to the Timbers Army, all the people out here in Portland. It's unmatched. You know, like you can argue some people get more fans and stuff, but I just feel like our fans are the loudest. They're rowdy, they're crazy. All the tifos they do and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. The
It's
tifo that they
unreal.
just had for the Seattle game, that was with the Shining.
Yeah.
That was incredible. That was one
Yeah,
of the best tifos I've ever seen.
dude, it's the things they do. It's like it's ridiculous. And we actually we were able to go out to, because the Timbers Army, they have like their board of like leaders,
Right.
and we were able to go out and see their warehouse and where they make all those tifos, and then they just have this gigantic warehouse. It just looks like, I don't know, it looks like a painter's workshop. There's just paint everywhere, you know, banners everywhere from them making all the stuff. So it's they're super dedicated, and I know, like, speaking for me, but for the whole squad, like, they're just amazing. You know, we love them. But yeah, I mean, walking out and standing there, you know, as the national anthem's going, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous, but as soon as the national anthem was coming to the end, because the fans have a tradition of the last few verses start like circling their
Mm.
flags or their scarves as the singers coming to the end. And as soon as that last word of the national anthem, brave, the whole stadium just screams that word brave. And I swear, my first time being in there, I could I could feel it coming through me, like just the energy, the vibrations, just all of it. And as soon as that happened, for some reason, like all the nerves just like went away. Like all the nervousness, anxiety, all dropped, and I was like, all right, it's go time now. And yeah, I had a real solid game. You know, we won the game 1-0, got the first 3 points of the season, and it was just awesome to be part of that kind of dream come true kind of day. And my favorite part of the day was coming back to my apartment that night with my parents, and like I was kind of sitting in the chair I'm in now. Like my mom was in one corner of the apartment, my dad in the other, and all of us just like dead silent in the room. We're all just kind of like, we all had like different faces. Like we were all just like staring at the ground, and we weren't talking. It was just dead silence for a few minutes, because we were all just kind of like, holy crap, like
That just
what
happened.
just happened? Like my dad's like, my son just played in the MLS game. I'm like, I just played in the MLS game. So it was it was a great moment, a great night. And yeah, I mean, it's just that was a great game too, especially against a good opponent like Austin, knowing like they were going to be top throughout the season, and they were a top team at the time as well. So it was yeah, just yeah, dream come true to say the least. So
Yeah, I think you'll be having some of those same feelings after this being your first podcast. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
So I don't know if you've heard or know that there's an urban pitch boost. Like every MLS player, NWSL player that's came on for some reason in that following month, sometimes a little bit longer,
yeah.
but they either get player of the match, score their first MLS goal, and it's happened various times. So I feel like it's
It
true.
could. I mean, yeah, it's happened multiple times. If it was like, and we said this last week, we had Sam Fisher on from the Chicago Red Stars, and we were telling her, you know, like if it happens once, happens twice, maybe even three times, it's like okay, like that's interesting coincidence. But it was
yeah,
like it was crazy for
yeah.
like 4 or 5 weeks straight. It was like Tyler Lucy, player of the match, Daniel Stairs scoring his first goal, Didi Hericic is
DJ Taylor scored his goal.
Yeah, you know what I mean. DJ Taylor scoring his goal. So I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. I'm just saying that it probably
Start
will.
working on your celebration.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I like it. I'll send my coach this clip and be like, yo,
Get me
gotta
in.
be-
Get me in the lineup.
you gotta
I got
be
a
aware,
month.
man.
Yeah, I got a month.
It's like Super Mario game that
Yeah,
they'll
we
start.
only got 6 games left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
no, yeah. You're probably gonna start the next 3. Like
Yeah.
it's something's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
Just know it's because of us.
I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah, but let's take things off the pitch, because a lot of what we focus on, is what goes on outside the lines. But what's the vibe like in Portland? Because that's obviously one of the most unique cities in the country. And how does that compare to some of the other countries or other cities that you grew up in, whether it be in Vegas or in Phoenix?
Yeah, no, it's different vibes for sure, man. I mean, I say it to people that ask, like when I get asked by my friends or even locals out here, like, how do you like Portland? When I first got up here, especially when it was like pouring rain for the first like 2 months I was up here, they're like, how do you like it? And I'm like, I love it. And I'm like, what? You love this right now? Like, are you crazy? And for me, growing up in Vegas, going out to Phoenix, all I know is desert. And like I said, I hadn't traveled too much, so all I know is dry, heat, hot, year round, pretty much. So, environment wise, I love, like, when the rain's coming, I love it. The greenery up here is so different. So I do like it a lot. I'm enjoying it a lot up here. It's definitely, I mean, every city's going to be different, but yeah, I don't know. The people up here are awesome. Everyone's so friendly. I will say that everyone's extremely friendly. On the street, just wherever you go, coffee shops, stores, everyone's super kind. Don't always see that down in Phoenix or Vegas. I'll talk a little bit of crap about them. They're not always the kindest people, Everyone's going somewhere and has to be somewhere, so get out my way. I got something to do. So yeah, people are definitely kinder up here. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's been a great city. I've always been a fan of the Pacific Northwest, so when I found out I was coming here, I was super happy, especially to stay West Coast, relatively close to being home and stuff. So it's been a great experience so far, and excited to see what else it brings for sure. So,
any good hiking areas yet? Have you been to any good hikes?
Actually, no, man.
He does enough running.
I'm not gonna hike.
Yeah, man. That's kind of it. Is like, I've been told you got to get out, experience the woods and hikes. And I do know there's beautiful places to go hiking and stuff. But it's kind of like you said. It's like I am very busy, but at the same time, I can get lazy because after a day of training, I am pretty exhausted. So I'm like, if I'm gonna go do something, I don't really want to go exude any more energy or get any more tired, I will be making a trip out to the beach. We got a couple beaches like an hour and a half away from here. Haven't made it out to yet, but hopefully soon. But I drive around the mountains and stuff, so I can like picture like what it's like up there. You know what I mean?
You drive around, you get a picture. Right.
Hey, sir, are you a big camping fan?
I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. No,
This
man.
my guy.
Okay, listen.
My guy.
We went camping
My guy.
a couple weeks ago, and this guy,
Exactly.
was literally like I've never seen someone complain more in my entire life, dude. Every 15 minutes, man. I hate this place. Why do you have to be outside, man? Why? Like, I need air conditioning. I need Wi-Fi. Like, what's going on? Like, I hate this, man. I hate it.
Don't do it, bro. It sucks.
Dude, I've had so many friends. I've had a couple friends just back in whenever it was April or May. They camped out for Coachella, and
that's a whole nother experience.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that's like. But they're like, the couple of the homies that did that, they go camping every few months or something, and they're always trying to get me to go. I'm like, yo, if I don't have running water for a shower, that's my biggest thing. Is like, and they're like, dude, we're going for three nights. You don't need the shower. I'm like, nah, man, I got to shower, dude. Like, I have to. So I don't know. Maybe if
city boys.
That was my biggest struggle. I'm like, I just want to shower. Like,
yeah, dude, I can't do it. and I'm saying that now, maybe I meet a girl that wants to go camping and I get persuaded to say yes. Hope
Now,
probably not, but you
you gotta
never know.
do.
But as
Yeah.
far as I know, by my own admission, I ain't going camping, man. I am not.
Now you gotta do glamping, like like the ones that already have a queen size bed inside, has like a cover, AC in it. That's what you gotta do, not.
Yeah, dude. If you're
So
gonna do it, you gotta do it upright, man.
right.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So if you're not doing outdoor stuff, what are you getting up to outside in Portland? Because I know there's a lot of good places to eat. There's a lot of good coffee shops and stuff. So what are you getting up to when you're not training?
Yeah, I mean, not training. I'm enjoying the sun right now for sure because I'm getting
Yeah.
told that in a couple weeks it's going to be gone for the next 6 months. So I'm definitely enjoying the sun as long as I can. The main thing I'm doing right now a lot is golfing. Actually, me
Oh,
and
let's
a couple of
go.
boys. Yeah, dude, I love golfing. My brother and my dad are actually huge into it. My brother's currently grinding to become a professional golfer.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
yeah, and the kid's good, man. Whatever the kid does, he's fantastic at. He played soccer and golf and racing motorcycle. Whatever the kid does, he's good at. But so it's my kind of I'm trying to get better while I'm away from him. So next time we play,
Right. You can
I can
surprise them a
kick.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can beat him and be like, oh, you want to be a pro golfer? Well, you can't beat me, man. Come on, but yeah, no, golfing's kind of the main pastime activity that I do up here. And I mean, right now, going on walks and just walking around the city and loving it. Because I'm too like I've lived in the suburbs my whole life, and I've always known like I'm a city boy. So now living
City
downtown Portland, walking
boys.
around the city, city boy.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh my god.
He a city boy.
He knows. He knows. He knows.
He knows the coming.
yeah.
He knows the
He
coming.
knows the call.
Portland is fun, I can tell.
I'm dead, man. I'm dead. Oh my God.
I'm
But
posting
yeah.
that on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm posting that on the ground. We did the city boy calling. It's on. It's on.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
But
back to
yeah,
the
man.
back to
Yeah,
it.
no, it's I love the downtown. Finally living in a city in Portland, such a cool downtown city. I live only like 5 minutes from Providence Park, and
Oh,
Nice.
so it's cool down here. I definitely enjoying it. I got a couple friends meeting some people up here. I've been able to get out on a boat recently, which is
Nice.
something I haven't really been able to do too much growing up. So getting out on the river, just like diving in, wake surfing, all of it. It's yeah, I'm finding activities to keep me busy in the downtime for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
How,
you hit up Bandon Dunes because I know that's like the famous golf course up in Oregon.
I don't think I've been there yet, actually. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of all the. I get lost. It's still like learning the areas and stuff up
Right.
here. It's like I forget all the places I've golfed.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've gone there yet, but I've gone to some beautiful courses. The guys here, they've been here and established here for years, so they all got hookups at some cool spots. So
Nice.
they definitely they treat me well up here, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I've recently just gotten into golf. Like I started this year, like in beginning of the year, like January. So I've like completely just gotten bit by it. And
Yeah.
my girlfriend's family her sister lives up in Portland. So we go up there
Oh,
and,
okay.
there's one in Oregon City, like maybe like 20-25 minutes outside Portland called, I think it's Stone
Hmm.
Creek. And that
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
played
yeah.
that one. That one's really, really nice. And it's like a public
Yeah.
course too. So,
Yeah,
um,
Stone Creek's nice. I've been there a couple of times.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I lost probably 13 or 14 balls. So if you find one out there, it's a good chance it's mine.
Yeah.
But
It happens, man. It happens. It's a love-hate relation. You get addicted. I get addicted to golf, but it's like some days I'm great, and other days when I'm bad, I'm terrible, and it gets frustrating. But
for sure.
But it is what it is. If you ever come up here again, man, hit me up and let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I'd love it.
Yeah, and another thing that we saw, just taking a quick scroll through your IG. You're a bit of a hype beast. You know, I see you rocking
the Dior ones.
Yeah, you got the Dior ones going. I seen some Off-Whites. So talk about that a little bit. And how'd you get into sneakers? How'd you get into fashion?
And who's the plug?
Yeah, and more importantly, who's the plug? Can't make it hot. Can't make
Shout
it hot.
out to the plug.
Yeah, can't make it hot.
Shout out to the plug.
Shout out to my plugs. I got a couple.
Plugs. Plural. Oh, must be nice.
Man. Small flex.
Must be nice.
I got people in Vegas. I got people in Phoenix. But yeah, I can. If you need a hookup, I can hook it up off camera. But
shout out to the City Boys, worldwide City Boys.
The network, the global network.
The global network of City Boys doing their thing.
But yeah, man, I mean, I think, growing in high school, I started to get a little influence into the fashion and into the sneakers. I've always been big into, fashion and dressing nice and kind of finding like how I want to tailor my closet and my wardrobe and stuff. And I really started to dive into it into college. That's where getting influenced just by, because Vegas is a very small city. I mean, obviously it's known worldwide with the Strip and everything. Right. It's extremely famous, but outside the Strip, it's very small. Like you can get from one side of the city to the complete opposite like in under an hour. So it's like very small and everybody knows each other and whatnot. So like, I guess like from a fashion standpoint, like I was just kind of doing like what everybody was doing, but moving on to college and meeting all these different people and like my team specifically, like meeting teammates from Canada, roommates from South Africa, like just all over the place, starting to pick up on things like little by little. And it was really, really in college when I started to dive into the sneakers and the fashion and also kind of the mindset change into the potential and the harder, like more driven desire to be a pro and kind of seeing the way like guys on other leagues dress, like in the NBA is a big influence, right. like rappers are a big influence. Like I got a couple guys that I really like and try to emulate in the way I dress and stuff. But yeah, man, I love fashion. I'm always looking, always peeking, and yeah, sneakers as well, man. I don't always bring my sneakers out, especially being up here in the rain. I gotta be very careful, careful. But yeah, man, fashion's something I really love. I hope to hopefully this off season, I've started some things, get some things in the works to hopefully start my own fashion brand and kind of like create some of my own stuff. So hopefully when that finally gets going, we're slowly moving now. So hopefully it's a snowball effect, and in the off season when I get some downtime, I can really push it and take the time to focus and get that going. And then that'll be sick because then I get to, I'm always like looking, but then like just be able to create your own stuff would be sick. Yeah. So but yeah, man, fashion something I really love as well. So
damn, man, we gotta get those early samples.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you guys for sure, man. Yeah, once it happens, I got you 100%.
Hell yeah. All right, look, man. I mean, we've been having a great time, and I know we can keep going on for another hour, but we understand you got stuff going on too. So before we wrap up, we like to finish off with a hot seat round where Julio just fires off some hot seat questions, and then we can wrap up.
Ain't nothing difficult. Don't worry about it. All right. Playlist before games. How's that looking?
Say that again. You
like your playlist before a game. How does that sound? Who are you playing? What are the songs that you put before a game?
Sorry, I know it's hot seat. I'm trying to be quick. Jack Harlow, Drake, and Lil Baby. Those are my top three.
Okay. Oh yeah, straight up City Boys. Yeah. The anthems. All right. Your holy grail when it comes to sneakers.
Ah, oh, dude. I'm gonna have to say Jordan ones. Just some ones are classic to me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say ones.
All right. Start one, bench one, cut one. Nike, Adidas, Puma.
We're putting sponsorships on the
Yo,
line now.
Yeah.
We're putting sponsorships
Julio,
on the
man.
line.
Julio, bro.
He's gonna get a rep that's gonna pull this up. So we were ready to sign you to this deal, but we got
Yo,
footage here.
exactly, man. Like,
Or it can
thought
help.
thought the
Or
city boys had my back, man.
straight up city
Nah,
boy.
nah, I'll do it. I mean, obviously, all three amazing brands.
Right, right.
If I ever had the opportunity to partner collab, I would
There we go. There we
humbly,
This
go.
guy. This
graciously,
guy.
graciously accept from any of the three. But this is it's okay. I'm gonna just do it. For me, it's always been.
All right. Besides the Timbers, best fan bases. Who has the best supporters groups
Mm,
in the league?
I'll give you top three. I'll say Austin for sure.
Mm.
LAFC, they got a wild crowd out
Yeah.
there.
This guy's there. He's throwing beer and doing everything.
Doing it all. I'm drinking the beer.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing it.
You're throwing the empty cans.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And third, surprisingly, when we went out there, they were ridiculous. Was Nashville? Nashville, I
Oh
think
wow.
yeah.
was.
Was that in the new stadium?
Yeah, dude. We were just
Yeah.
out there in I think it was June or May. Oh no, it was July because oh God, we were there 4th of July weekend
Oh
and
man.
the city was ridiculous. Streets filled and it was crazy. But yeah, they were very surprising. Their fans were crazy loud and every seat was sold out. It was crazy. Nashville was very surprising, but yeah, I'd throw them up there top of the league for sure.
All right. Favorite jersey, Portland Timber jersey that has been shown this year. I know it's been a lot of
Ooh,
the flower one.
Yeah, the
ooh.
way the home, we got the stripe down the middle. Yeah.
Which was your favorite
I
jersey?
it's got to be the flower one, man. I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
lie to you. Like when
It's
I
fire.
when I saw that these were dropping in my first year, I'm like, yo, like obviously being into fashion and whatnot,
Right.
I'm like,
It was meant to be. It was
It was
meant to
meant to, it was
be.
meant to be.
yo, I'm like those joints are hot, man.
Yeah.
Like those,
Yeah.
like wearing that, those are sick. So honestly, I think, and just how it goes with the seasons, because back like in spring, like the cherry blossoms were blooming and the whole city
Mhm.
was covered in the pink flowers. So it went too well. Whoever designed those, shout out to them.
And last one, best concert you've been to? Worst concert you've been to?
Ooh.
Ooh, ooh. God, man, I've been to some good ones. Dude, that's tough. Um, like I'm kind of biased because like my favorite my favorite rapper right now is Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow and Drake are like up there, like 1A, 1B,
Mhm.
interchangeable. But worst concert, I gotta think back to some music festivals. It might be like worst concert might I who's the there's the one there's the one female rapper. Her name's like is it Coy Leray? Is
Yeah.
that her
Oh,
name?
Yeah.
yeah.
They were roasting her on
It
Twitter,
was that concert where like she was singing,
and then
everybody
no
was
one
just
was
quiet.
feeling her. No one was feeling her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her at a festival once, and that just like I knew like one or two of her songs, and so maybe that was the problem. I
Right.
wasn't familiarized with her music, so maybe it's on me. But that was probably worse. But if I gotta go best, I mean I've seen Jack Harlow, I've seen Kendrick, I've seen J. Cole, but honestly, if I gotta go top, it was just back here in Portland just in May. I saw Baby Keem live, who's
Oh
also
yeah. Yeah.
702 Vegas boy.
Yeah.
He's from the
Yeah.
city, and his with his new album and the way he performs it and stuff, he just got that. He's got that factor, that
Right.
it factor that just gets everybody jumping and stuff. So he hit that concert so far. I think that was the best one for sure.
Yeah.
Just yeah,
Yeah, he just got the LeBron co-sign too. I saw LeBron
Definitely.
tweet.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Ridiculous.
So
I mean,
he's next up.
Yeah, if you got bloodline ties to Kendrick, man, you're gonna be good, bro. You're gonna be chilling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Listen, thank you so much again for being on the show. It's an honor to be the first podcast to host Justin Rasmussen.
Yeah, man. We're happy to bring in a fellow city boy back in.
Yeah, you know, we got the underground network. You know what I'm saying? So
people don't know how we got him.
Yeah.
We just say, "Hey, what city boy want to come on next?"
Yeah.
First one to reply. First one to reply.
Oh man, So I mean, we're gonna keep it tuned in with you, whether it's the clothing line or what you do on the pitch. There's a lot of big things to come. But once again, thank you so much for joining the show. For Justin Rasmussen, Julio Monterosa, I'm Ramsey Abushala. This has been the Urban Pitch Podcast, part of the Believe Network. Keep it tapped in. We got some more exciting episodes coming up. But until then, we'll catch you next time.
Boom.